Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we were up to the Sydney Swans in the AFL Fantasy Team Previews for 2025. My Sydney Swans, so this one's probably going to have a little bit more technical, sort of tactical, I would say, in terms of player positioning, etc., as I feel like I can add a little bit more. Probably will still get stuff wrong because I'm not the coach. And I have my preferences compared to some other things. But anyway, let's just jump into this and show you guys what I believe the Sydney Swans and who will be valuable for them, even though they do have the round zero bye. Sorry, not the round zero bye, the early bye and playing in round zero, sorry. So first up on the list is Nick Blakey, 82 average. Just don't think he's valuable. He's had these games, and I remember talking to someone last year about him, and they were considering bringing him in. I was just like, nah, he's not going to do well. I think he scored well that week, but then didn't score well the next week. He has too many ups and downs in terms of it, and he's very much an impact over mass possession player. The mass possession player we'll get to in a second is the likes of not Ollie Florent. I actually think Ollie Florent moves up to a wing next year, potentially, or as a third winger, seventh half-back player, and that just sort of splits his role a little bit. So I don't think he's going to be valuable, never has really been. I think the valuable player is going to be Matty Roberts, and this is contingent on Callum Mills and Angus Sheldrick's role. One of them has the midfield role. One of them someone's going to have a half-back role. So we'll just see who it is. Matty Roberts, priced at 76.1, 781k. In 2024, he had 23 games, 74.9 average. He was a guy that I didn't think would break into the side, and oh my, he did. He not only broke into the side, he cemented himself into the side. Bolted out of the blocks in 2024. Let's just bring up his price stat, whatever stats we want here. Matt Roberts. And you'll see exactly what I mean. He went off in round zero for a 91, then a 68, and all of a sudden he got to here, and then he sort of flamed out a little bit. 82.6 in the first 7 games. But then we go back to here, and his run to finish the season. Look at this run to finish the year. After he got back into the side, 104.4 in the last 6, and that goes up to 107 in the last 6 games. So yeah, does he take the former role of Jake Lloyd and average in the triple digits for 2025? Or how does the role of Mills and Sheldrick impact his scoring in 2025? Because if Sheldrick gets the role in the midfield, he's going to be the valuable one out of the midfielders. And he's going to skyrocket, and we'll talk about him later. But if it's Callum Mills, then that opens up Roberts to just explode, as well as Callum Mills as well. So it's kind of hard as well, because they do have that round 3 the bye in round 3, which is stacked with Geelong and Brisbane and someone else, I want to say, which kind of makes it a little bit annoying. I want to say it's Collingwood that has the round 3 as well. Let me just double check. AFL.com. I can do this just super quickly. Round 3, I can just go round 3. Maybe it's Brisbane that has it as well. Brisbane, Collingwood, Geelong, and Sydney. Yeah, I said Brisbane earlier. So anyway, if we look at them themselves, the Sydney Swans here, just quickly. Hawks, Brisbane, Freo, bye. North, Collingwood, Port, Gold Coast, Giants, Essendon, Carlton, Melbourne, Adelaide, Richmond. That's a really kind run between the byes, and they have round 14 bye as well. That's a really kind run, and I have a feeling I'll be picking up some guys like Errol and some other guys potentially, if they are to, as they do have North here. Collingwood, I think, could be interesting. Collingwood, that game. Port Adelaide could be interesting at the SCG. Port Adelaide generally beat us, but we got over the hump last year, so that would generally be an interesting contest. So Matty Roberts, 76.1. I think he's a guy that could be valuable. Just need to see roles, and we get to see them in round 0. Jack Lloyd, I don't know where he plays, to be honest with you. There's been a squeeze on flankers, and I think if you read into what Cox has been saying a lot, he wants contested play, contested ball. He wants speed, and he wants pressure. Like when you have Florent, Roberts, Lloyd, amongst other guys there, it's very intriguing what they'll do. Then we go down a little bit further. Callum Mills, 68.9. And the annoying part is you'll see exactly what I mean when I go to Callum Mills. He's actually not priced at 68.9. He's going to be priced at around, I think, and I just want to double check this. I believe he's going to be priced at 74. 74 flat, I want to say, because he played 6 games. As you'll see here, he played 6 games in 2024. Even though it says 7, there was 1 finals game. 6 games gives us a 12% discount. 12% discount on his 84.1 season. Gets you 74 flat. 74 flat gets you to a 759. If I forgot to say, Roberts is a 781k, whereas Callum Mills 759k. And basically, like I was saying, alluding to with Roberts, it all depends on this role. Who gets it in the midfield? I believe it will be Angus Sheldrick, as I think it's now or never for him. But we'll honestly see. Has shown, and Callum Mills has shown that he can absolutely destroy it in the midfield role, but has played the halfback role in 2024 as well. Just look at this, no CBAs. I mean, that was him coming back, it felt like. And he played wing, I think, this game as well, a little bit here. But then you can see here in the back half of 2023, he went 98 in the on-ball role. And then you see here as well, when he had the on-ball role, 90, etc. That's good enough as a defender, to be honest. 91.6. Then we go back even further, 2023, a little bit here. You can see 93.1 when he plays there as well. And you can go back to his season here where he just went off the chain. So yeah, it'll be interesting if he gets that role. If he gets that midfield role, he is almost first picked, just given that he's going to be 30 points undervalued in that defender line. And yeah, he's a guy that I definitely want to have, even almost more so than Kitty Coleman. So we'll just see with Callum Mills, but he's genuinely going to be a keeper, I feel like. So we'll just be interesting to see if we can fit him in round 3, because we'll have Bailey Smith, Callum Mills, Kitty Coleman, etc. all on the bye. So I kind of don't want him to be almost valuable, etc. because there's so many guys on the round 3 bye that we'll just have to get through. Then we skip more down. I feel like this is where we get the lockdown of Cunningham, Fox, and then we get the keys of Francis, Rampy, McCartan, Melican. Patton's coming to the club as more of a lockdown, I feel like, so lockdown medium. So I feel like he's not going to be valuable. Then we get Edwards, Snell, Rick, Andrew are all tools that are still developing. I feel like Paddy Snell could get games over as a Rampy replacement this year. He's done really well. Will Edwards feels like more of the Lewis Melican replacement. I don't think he's ready. And then you got Rick Andrew developing more into that Tommy McCartan replacement. Riley Bice is the only one that I think out of these slot of 6, that's 5 that will genuinely get a chance. If we go to Riley Bice, he's not in here, but we need to go to the VFL, sorry. Hopefully it's on 24, it is. And then we go to Bice here, you'll see 90.9 in 21 games at VFL level. Mature ager from the 2024 National Draft. Played at Ruby with a maximum of 157, 6 100s and 5 120 scores. Doubtful of the role given the halfbacks at Sydney in Roberts, Florent and Lloyd, and given that they probably want to drop one of those guys, or if not have them in the sub role, it's hard to see Bice get a game early on, but obviously, you know, injuries do occur, so he could get games, and he's a suitable guy he's 185, 186, so I think he's sort of that medium rebounding guy. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets a role, given they did average 91 in VFL footy for Ruby, and we know how Sean Manor and guys like that have really come through as mature ages in recent times. So Riley Bice is definitely an intriguing one for Sydney's sake. And then, yeah, there's only 2 more guys to talk about, and I'm 8 minutes in. Wow. So I might actually talk about some other Swans players, maybe to take the jump or something like that, or maybe just discuss sort of the Errol Gouldens and guys like that, Chad Warner, Isaac Heeney, my thoughts on them. Yeah, I'll probably talk about Chad Warner when we get to him. But yeah, Riley Bice, I just don't see a slot necessarily opening up for him from the start, especially if we're intrigued about Matty Roberts. And if the role for Matty Roberts isn't there, then it's Callum Mills. So you start to see they sort of, not only does he have Roberts, Lloyd, Florent in front of him, he also could have potentially Callum Mills in front of him. And you've also got to consider Robbie Fox as well in that sort of discussion there. So even though they got rid of Cooper Vickery, Jaden McGaw and some other guys off that half-back flank, there's still so many flankers there. And also Sydney want to go to a more contested game style, I feel like, or a more like be tighter on defense and stuff like that. So that might mean that Riley Bice doesn't get the role, I don't feel like. But I was proven wrong at this time last year when I said Matty Roberts has been training the house down, but he won't get a game. Let's just see with Riley Bice. Maybe maybe the lightning strikes twice. Is that the same? But we'll see about him. Then we get through all these guys. These guys aren't going to play really. I would be surprised if Andrew and Lydler played. Then we get to Errol Goulden. 108.5. He'd need to go an effective price of 112 to like cover himself or whatever for the early buy that he has. I just don't think he's valuable. Yes, like I said, with the with this run that they have post-buy, early buy, I think they'll be valuable then. I just think we need to pick them up then. So that's my sort of thoughts on Errol Goulden. Isaac Heeney, same similar thought process, going to go probably 105 or so again, I feel like. So near enough around that top 10, and without forward status, he's sort of, he needs to push it up a level. Let me just go to Isaac Heeney here. Let me just show you guys what I sort of expect for him. If we go here, you can see has had huge games in the past. If we look at, let's just look at here, 2023, he sat out the last game of the regular season because he wanted to stay fit. But we've seen he had a low of like 68, and after that it was 78. So he had really no low games this year. And there you go. So we had that 105.2 in 21 games, just really, really outstanding. And yeah, you can see he was played full on ball. And let's just do this, and this. When he actually gets played even more on ball, let's just look at this. There you go, and goes 70% on ball. I think, yep, take that one out as well. Is there any others below 70? This one as well. So he goes 105.2, which is actually what he's priced at. 105.6, 105.2 when he gets 70%. When he gets above 60%, I think that goes up just slightly. I want to say, there you go. When he gets above 60%, it's 107.8. So he's pretty much at his max, you can say, pretty comfortably. So that's that. Then we go down to Chad Warner, 93.7. I have an interesting call. If Angus Sheldrick gets the midfield role, Chad Warner gets DPP. I think Chad Warner could kick 50 goals from a half forward space. That would be absolutely huge. So yeah, I'm genuinely intrigued to see how Chad Warner goes in 2025, which is really intriguing for me. So yeah, it'll just be intriguing how Chad Warner goes. To be honest with you, I think he gets DPP status very early on. And then you've got James Rowbottom here. He's priced at 84.7. I don't think he gets games, but he doesn't improve on it. Justin McInerney, don't think he will improve either. Campbell, don't even think he gets games, to be honest, either. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing a police car just outside my house, which is quite awkward. And it's just about moving on, is it yet? I can't see it. Caleb Mitchell, I don't think he will get games early on. Sheldrick, I don't think I just wonder if he will get roles or not. So it'll be intriguing if he gets a role or not to start 2025. Sorry, I'm just looking at this going, what the heck is going on? Yeah, weird intermission that you guys will see like 15 days later, 20 days later. But yeah, Angus Sheldrick, I think he gets the role, to be honest. I think he's going to be that contested player that Sydney want. And so I think he gets the game early on, which will be absolutely crucial. So it will be intriguing if he does or not. We'll have to see in pre-season. I'm sorry, I'm so preoccupied by this police van just outside. And so yeah, Angus Sheldrick will hopefully get games because he is absolutely critical to what the Swans drafted. I feel like as a Western Australian guy as well, if we don't play him this year, he kind of leaves. So it'll be just intriguing if he gets... Sorry for that interruption. I'm going to get back to it now. Yeah, there's still the police car out there, but it's not for me, guys, just saying. But yeah, Angus Sheldrick, like I was probably alluding to, could get the role. He's done inside mid roles at the VFL level, 10 games in 2024 for an 89.5. In his 7 games in 2023, he got 62.4. If you take out these subs, I believe it goes up to 82.2 in 5 games. And he's shown in 2022 as well. He had a sub game for 28 as well. So he's going to be priced at 43.7, I believe. And I could be wrong about that. Yes, he gets a 70%. He gets a 30% discount on the 62.4, which gets him. That makes sense. 70%. Yeah, 70% of 62.4 is sounds about right. So 43.7. Priced at 448k is a genuine mid-pricer or just sort of a low-end mid-pricer in 2025. And yeah, if you remove a 6 score in the VFL, his average actually goes up to 98.8. So yeah, he had an injury against, I think, the Bullant in like the first 2 minutes of the game. I was tuning in the VFL and I legitimately missed it because I didn't get home quick enough. And you just needs to be best 22, honestly, to be a good. He could be a good 40 points unders, honestly, if he does really, really well. So I see him averaging 75 to 85 in the AFL, and that's priced at 43.7. Just shows the value there. And I'm just realizing I'm going to have to merge these videos, these two together to get the right for you guys. But anyway, it is what it is. We will move on. And then you've got here, so you've got the next guy here, which is the last guy for the Swans, being that of, we can just skip through all this. It is the likes of, nope, skip through all this, skip through all this. No one here is going to be valuable. No, not even Sam Wicks. Corey Warner, no. Corey Warner was someone that I looked at, but I don't want to make this video long, so I'm just going to go here and say Caiden Cleary is the last guy, 23.8, 244k. Coates League in 2023 averaged 101.5 from 4 games. In the VFL in 2024, he averaged 85.8 from 15 games. If you remove the sub, I believe, from his games in 2024, he averages 52 at AFL level from a small forward role. And you're probably wondering, why am I highlighting a small forward? I think I've probably also said it countless times as a Swans fan. I believe he's honestly the 4th best midfielder in the 2023 draft class behind Reid, McKercher and Sanders. And thus, I see him slowly transitioning into a full-time midfielder over the next 2 to 3 years when he gets more pre-seasons under his belt. Thus, I think he transitions into having 10 to 20% CBA time to allow him to average 60 or more this season, which is plus also 30 to 40 points on top of his 23.8 price tag, which puts him just above basement price, by about 15k. So yeah, really good to see that as well, which I think puts him on par with about the 33rd overall pick, I think is the same price as him. So yeah, good to see that with Caiden, and I think he's a guy that can genuinely put up some big numbers potentially, given what we've seen in the past from him. If we just go to here and go to Cleary for a second here, I will just put this up on screen here. I'm still just thinking about that as well. Everything that's going on in the last sort of 10 minutes. 52 average here. Yeah, you can just see it here. High time on ground. Look at that there. I think he's just really valuable if he does get starts there. So yeah, I'm really hopeful to see him do what he does best. And yeah, that's pretty much that for the Sydney Swans. I think these two videos combined for maybe 18 minutes or so, the two videos, I think. So that's a pretty good timing for this Sydney Swans preview that I'll merge together or so. There may be a little bit of a hiccup there or so, but I'll hopefully get that together for you guys. But anyway, that's the video. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on. It probably won't be as crazy as what has happened. But also, if you're listening on Spotify, sorry for the hiccups there that you'll probably hear. Chaos. Yep. Everything just happened here. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the West Coast preview, which I think this is coming out New Year's Eve, the West Coast one. So this will be on the 30th, I believe, for the Sydney Swans. But yeah, we're getting close to the new year in 2025. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.